Morning, everybody. Kerr Murphy here from Custom Audio Mutation. Just got back from tour last week, and a pile of work is already here in the shop, including studio stuff. So I figured I'd do some fun little videos and whatnot. Got a couple of cute and adorable little Fender Hotrod Devilles and Deluxes in stock here that needed some serious monkey love, which I can show you later. But so, one of the most popular tube amps in the world, and they have a plethora of issues, which have been well documented by the people who have taught me how to fix amps. Mr. Lyle Caldwell, Psionic Audio, Richard Hummel, Robert Hull, Bruce Ignator. I know I'm forgetting some other names. Dave Friedman, Andy Fuchs. Lots of people have helped me get to where I am today. So a little bit of a shout out for everybody. That's awesome and super helpful and nice to me, so that I could fix amps in my part of the world, where apparently there aren't enough good people to fix amps. So anyway. And then, of course, we've got the yellow chip. That's the yellow channel, and then we got the more dry so single coils, noisy, all that good fun stuff. But let me show you, because I got some good reaction off of what I showed in the 5150 block letter video. So I have powered down the amp so I don't get electrocuted. And I've only had 3 cups of coffee today, so I'm a little low key, I know. Anyway, as you'll see going down the line, a bunch of things have gone on inside this amp. One, the first thing is the amp had the typical bleeding, puking caps. So I've replaced all the caps for this version of this amplifier with nice 500 volt F&Ts, schematic correct values. I've also gone through and replaced all the other electrolytic, the cheap ICs throughout the amplifier for the bias, the first half of the low voltage, and then the second half of the low voltage filtering. I've also replaced the 2 Zener diodes, the 16 volt 5 watts, and then this version had, instead of 330 ohm, it had 470 ohm. So Fender increased the value on those per the schematic from 330 to this 470 to help try to mitigate some of the berserk heat dissipation, which, as you can see on this amplifier, on every Fender Hotrod Deville Deluxe, blah, 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 these components, when they're installed at the factory, are laying flat against the PCB, and they cook, as you can see. Nice toasty brown on the PCB, which also causes massive damage to the super thin, ultra cheap traces on these PCBs that require some reconstruction. So this amp had to have some, I had to run some actual flying lead wires underneath, do some component leg lead bending around other components to get this low voltage supply working again, because the channel switching, the yellow drive was not functioning. It would only go between the clean and the red more drive. And that was probably due to this resistor being problematic and something going on in here. So anyway, that is what has been done. I biased the amp to not factory spec, but to dissipation spec for the 6L6s in here. Fender has a generic like 60 milliamp. I bias these a little bit colder at about 50% instead of whatever that is against the plate and cathode voltage, as I was taught by Mr. Rob Robinette's wonderful website. So all of those names that I mentioned, they all have YouTube pages, they all have websites, they all got Facebook pages. If everyone is interested in this kind of stuff, go on their websites. Oh, Brad from Brad's Guitar Garage, who's an absolute fucking master on the other side of the earth. More names are going to pop in my head, and God damn it, if I miss your name, please don't take it as an insult. Just take it as a goof who is shooting from the hip here with a 6-minute little YouTube video. And anyway, this amp came out wonderful. I'm going to bolt it all back together, get all the nibs, knobs, and pieces back in there, mount it up in its enclosure, which has been tightened up because, of course, the combo amps all shake loose. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So, hey, I guess like and subscribe if you even give a fuck. I'm not looking to monetize, but, you know, maybe it's a bit of an ego stroke that people like and watch and all that shit. I don't fucking know. Anyway, thanks everyone.